Hi, welcome back to Middy Explores, and today I'm doing a walk along the GCR. So as you can see behind us, there's an old derelict plate layers hut, which we're going to have a look at in a moment, and then I'm going to walk this way down towards Lutterworth. Now this part of the track hasn't really been touched for about 50 years. It closed 55 years ago, and apart from a few people I've spoken to said they walked it back in the day, it is now really overgrown, and I want to see what 50 plus years of neglect looks like on a railway and see what was left behind, if anything. So we're going to do this walk and see what's there. Right, so start off, we've got the M1's at the side of us, as you can see, and then Dunton Bassett Tunnel is that way, which I've done before. So if you want to see the video for that, have a look at that link over there. And then this lovely plate there, which I covered before, and I'm amazed it's still standing. So I'm going to have a quick look at that and see what it's like now. Right, record, yes. Right, so have a quick look at this plate layers hut. Wow, I'm amazed this place is still stood up. It's wow, look at that. That is literally, there's nothing left of this structure at all. It was a bit dicey stood in it, to be honest. Oh wow, look at this. This is a plate layers hut in all but name. Walls completely gone. The walls are all here. See the hole where the chimney used to go? Wow, this is 50 plus years ago, this was actually still active. You see the M1's just right at the side of us. Wow, look at that. What a start to the video. A relic from the past. I don't know how long this is going to last. The roof looks fairly good, to be fair, but these are corroding like mad here. Could be fun. I don't want to be stood in it when it goes. It's definitely going there as well. Wow. Right, so what we're doing next, so as I say, Dunton Bassett Tunnel is that way, which we've done already. And I'm now going to walk along this line here, practically to Lutterworth, and I'll just see what's left of the Greatr Central Railway. Hard to believe this once was a very active and very nice railway. Let's see what we see. So just walked on a little bit, and you can tell it's track bed. You can really clearly see it's track bed, but it's very overgrown. This is one of the better sections, to be fair. As you imagine, this hasn't really been touched since they lifted the tracks. You can still see the stone. Bit of rubbish up here, not a lot. We're just coming up to our first bridge. Right, so this is the first bridge we came across, which is an access bridge. Now we filmed this before way back, but it's in no better condition. See the M1 bridge down there? And then this is in really poor condition. I'll put a picture of it down below because it's where we accessed. So this is yeah, not in great condition at all. But I say I filmed this before when I did the Dunton Bassett video. So there's a bit of fence there and everything. And then just carry on along here. Let's see what we can find. It's a nice embankment, a small embankment here. All odds and ends down there. I think that's an old pole, you know, isn't it? Is it? Might be a tree. Tree. Yeah. Tree. Near the motorway. But these trees here obviously wouldn't have been here. But let's go through there. This bit's actually a lot clearer than I thought it would be, to be honest. we'll just keep looking. It's a little culvert here. I think it's more part of the motorway than the actual railway. There's a culvert over there as well, and I think it stood on top of one. Ah. Some bits down there. Ooh. Steady going this. Right, let's go back. This is the actual track bed over here. Just look at this. This is unbelievable. 50 years. Oh, a bit of coal. It dates back to the railway. There's no other reason for coal to be up here. Look at that. I must have kicked that up when I walked past it. It's only a bit of coal. That's mad. Just walked on a bit and there's coal everywhere. It's all must have come off the steam trains back in the day. It's just coal all over the floor. As you can see, the track bed here is clear as anything. It's quite wide here as well. So we've gone from we're going into a bit of a cutting by the looks of this. Yeah, we're now in a cutting, effectively in a cutting. Which is bizarre. It doesn't look like it should be here, but hopefully the drainage isn't too bad. Yeah, slight cutting now. See some blocks there. Just look at that. That is mad. So we're going to go that way, which is fun. So just looked over this little bit here, and that's the coal we found on the surface. And if you dig down, I can see more down here. There's just loads of coal, which is really odd. And this obviously harks back to the days of the steam, which is before 65, somewhere around there. That is crazy. I don't know when the last steam train came down here. I'm sure somebody will tell me. That is mad. Absolutely mad. I've never seen so much coal by a railway. Right, let's carry on. Definitely looks a bit thicker down here. Right, so as you can see here, walked on a bit. So that's where we've been. And this is just challenging, to say the least. So we'll find a way through it. We might have to go up there and along. I don't know. We'll see. But this is what 50 years of neglect looks like on a railway. So just going along here a bit further, about another 5 minutes, on our first railway relic. Nice bit of communication cable in there. Obviously went along here. Seen this, there is a gully down here which I've seen a little bit of. And that's the first bit of railway paraphernalia we've seen, apart from the plate layers. So hopefully find some more. So again, just fought on a bit further, you can see what it's like. You wouldn't even think this was a railway. Slight cutting, couple of original fence posts up there, that's about all I've found. A little bit of drainage, there's bricks, there's coal everywhere. But as you can see, this is there's ballast here. We're still walking on ballast, so the track bed is still under here. And then obviously they did bulldoze it. And like I always say with the Greatr Central, they did a proper job on it. They got rid of it as quickly as they could, smashed it up, because no one could complain then about it reopening. And as a side note, the people that always put in the messages, we should just reopen the Greatr Central, this is what you're up against. No, there is none of it left. The cutting's still there, as you can see, but it'd be like starting a whole new railway. It'd be just as expensive as doing HS2. So as you can see here, it's lovely and wide open. You can really clearly see the cutting here. What a piece of work this place was, it really was. Now looking across here, apart from rabbit and badger holes, and you can see all the ballast there. And our first proper bit of treasure today. Look at that little insulator. So I might have a little look up here, see if there's anything left up here. Because originally the telegraph poles would have gone across the top here, or somewhere on this bank. But I think a lot of them got sawed off and taken away. But look at that, that is beautiful. That's a beautiful cutting there. So here we see, just carrying a bit further, there remains a pile of ballast here, and then there is little remnants of bits on here, some old drainage and the odd little bit. But this is what it looks like. So over 55 years ago since this park closed. I think it was May the 5th, 69. That was when the GC closed. This is what a railway looks like after 55 years. And we are literally in the middle of between Leicester and Lutterworth, so there's not a lot. This is open countryside effectively. And then of course the M1's just over here, just over to our left. And then so this is what a railway looks like after all that time. Well, I walked on about another 10 minutes, and look at this. This is the Great Central at its very best. It's a beautiful cutting. Looking back where we've come from there, you see all this here. Obviously none of these trees would have been like this. And obviously I'm filming this on the 1st of September. And of course historically the 3rd of September 66 was the original closing date for through traffic. And after that it was just short sections. I think it was Aylesbury to Rugby, and then Rugby to Leicester that were still open, and then going to the 5th of May 69 when it finally closed, and then it was cleared up until about 73, I do believe. So this would have been cleared somewhere in that time. They'd have come along, took the tracks away, moved the ballast away. I don't know if they salvaged the ballast or shove it to one side, and then you're left with this just scar on the countryside. And now I don't think this has been walked on for many years personally, but the odd person might have come down here and had a look. But certainly not a wealth of stuff to see, but it's nice to see what the railway looks like now, you know. So 50 years later, 50 odd years later, we've got the Great Central. Doesn't look so great anymore. So we've got along a bit further. Nice, the cutting's not as grand here. So a bit easier to walk on, to be fair. We've got it just goes like this for quite a while. Hardly found any drainage, which is really odd. Normally find odds and ends. Just found a couple of little bits. Loads of coal. I've never seen so much coal on a railway as I've seen down here. Why that is, I have no idea, but as you can see, it just comes and goes of growth like this. You hear the M1 to the left of us there. You can originally see all the communication, everything with this side, along here, and then the twin rails that have been in the middle. More coal. You can see the ballast here has been shoved to the sides. Just look at that, that is mad. Absolutely mad. That it still puzzles me that this used to be a working railway in my lifetime. Here we go. So just walked on a bit further. As you can see the M1 from here as clear as anything. And then down here we have a culvert, more coal. Original GCR culvert is down here, he says. Rapidly falling down a hill. Lovely old culvert in good condition. he says. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful old culvert. In great condition, still works by the looks of things as well. Look at that, that is an absolute survivor. That brickwork probably hasn't been touched since, well, definitely since the 60s. Probably longer. Look at that, that's madness. I'll go and look over the other side because there'll be another one over there. So here again, this is a bit clearer. Original fence post there as well. Just look at that. Original GCR culvert, still in working condition, because you can see where water's run through there. A bit dry at the moment. Some original fence bits there. Yeah. Look at that. Absolute belter in there. That tree is definitely pushing it over there. Slowly but surely. But that would have grown over the last 50 years. And slowly killing that culvert there. Wow. That looks immense. And you can see down the side here. Original fence post there. And there might be original fencing down there as well. Back on the track bed. We say we're about level with the M1 here. Round about level with the M1. And this is how close it actually gets to the GCR back in the day. For a short time anyway, the two ran side by side. But we're about due to find, I thought we might have found another plate layers hut by now, but we'll keep going down here and see what's here. So we've got a signal there again, signal cable, you see that. Certainly a bit more down this section. Some concrete posts. This leads down into that culvert that we've just looked at. And as you can see now, we're on a slight embankment. Very slight indeed. And then that is definitely part of it. That's definitely part. So what would that be? Let's do this. So we've got cable this end. Then we've got this looks like a signal post. It certainly is a signal post. And then we've even got the cable this side where it would have held it up. Behind there we've got some original fence posts as well. Look at this though, this is a beauty. And it's still got some wood attached to it as well. And then we've got the metal top there. Wow. That is a survivor. That is definitely a survivor. Look at that. And we've got the metal there again. Like I say, would have been support for it, or communication cable as well, running down there. That is immense. What a survivor. That would have originated. I think that's fallen where it was stood, pretty much. So I think just time's got that. It would have stood somewhere here. It's gone over. And just for the people like me, that's an old Lucasade bottle. Look at that. That's a survivor. You don't see many of those anymore. You see the M1 there. We'll just carry on this way now towards Lutterworth. That's a bit of original. That's an amazing condition. Bit of original fence here. Look at those. That is immense. How has that survived so well? The brackets and everything. It's beautiful.
Schweppes bottle now.
What's that?
Schweppes.
Oh, Schweppes bottle. Definitely finding bottles galore. Look at this though. This is the. That's back where we've come from. You can really clearly make out the Great Central down here. A lot clearer. A lot clearer. So you can see here we're a bit further on. Motorway is right near us now. See the old fence post? And here we've got an original telegraph pole, which I think's been sawn off at that end, hasn't it, by looking at it, and then just dropped. Definitely do with the railway, more to do with the motorway. It's too far away from the motorway. And then the GCR's down here in a very slight cutting, drainage down the side here, and these are the original fence. Original fence runs all the way down here. Look at that. Just gone a bit further. It's a communication signal, whatever, I'm not sure, but it's still here and it's still intact. Even the loops on the end there. Look at that, that is immense. Down the bottom here, I say the track's just lifting a bit here. And the reason why become apparent in a moment. Well, look at that, that's a survivor. And then we've got this occupation bridge right behind us, still with the lattice work. Now this hasn't been seen for many years. Look at that, that is a survivor from back in the day. Often we'll come to these and this has been removed. But look at that, that is an absolute belter. And that's exactly why I wanted to come this way and see these, because that is unique. I've been to so many of these on the GCR and that bit has been removed or refurbished. This is still back from the rigid back in the day. Look at that. Brickwork's in really good condition considering. And that, I'm not sure it'd still hold a train, but that is unique. What an absolute belter that is. Still got the drainage ducts on the side. Often they've snapped off. Just not capacity access. And this would have been back in the day. The farmer would have come through here into his fields over this side, which is now the M1. You see there, the brickwork's failing there. Let's see if we get a bit closer without breaking my neck. Wow. I think it's just dumped rubbish here. But look at that. Just old wood. Loads of old wood. And look at this bridge. She's definitely a survivor. Just look at that. Not in the best of condition there. Certainly failing over time. Rusted through here. But that lattice work still survived. This is original GCR, as original as you're going to get. This hasn't been touched or restored or anything. What an absolute beauty. You see the brickwork here, the line coming out of the brickwork there, and you see where the water's been running down it. We've got the moss and quite a drop down into there, so I think they've stacked rubbish behind here. Look at that, that is just an absolute belter, as we always say on the channel. Got some t-shirts made with that one. Look at that. So this stanchion just moving away a bit. This tree would have forced that away. It's lovely capping stones there. But just look at that lattice work. So original. Absolutely beautiful. So this is where we've come from there, Dunton Bassett that way. And then you come on to this. This is exactly what I wanted to see. That is lovely. And we see her on top of the bridge. Wow, this is just how it would have been left from back in the day. You see all the down there, did the same as what we've just seen. Look at this lattice work. This is so original, just starting to rust through in parts. That's a testament to how well this thing was made, how this is still stood here. The paint's come away, the rust is coming through, but it's still here. Just look at that, that is unbelievable. And we've got this way to Lutterworth, and then this side, very similar. See it through the trees there, just been stood down the bottom there, so. And you see these handrails or whatever these were at the sides. All original, absolutely original. So we go down here a little bit. You can see. Just look at that. That is how This is what I wanted to find today. Original infrastructure in amazing condition. Hardly been to it. So I don't think the farmer even comes down here anymore. Just look at this, and then you've got this beautiful top to the bridge there. And I've been over so many of these on the GCR, and that lattice work does not survive. But there it is in all its glory. Even these side bits as well, still intact. Bit worse for wear, but still intact. That is absolutely amazing. Just looking around here, there's a culvert down the bottom here, so we're going to go and look at that in a moment. Just found a track pin. Look at that. Right, so down the bottom now, that beautiful bridge is just over there. We'll have a look at that in a second. Some odds and ends down here, that's for sure. A little bit of fence there. I'm not sure if that's a sleeper over there, but look at this culvert here. Still running. Still running. It's an amazing condition. Covered in ivy. I'm not sure if it's no, it hasn't partially. It's just got some logs in it. I thought it partially collapsed then, but it hasn't. Just look at that. So look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful that is. Still running, it's in perfect working order after all these years. And no maintenance. Show me something they'll build today that'll be doing this 200 plus years time. Look at that through there. That is absolutely immense. And still running, still working perfectly. The same as the day it was built. And over here, there's all sorts of stuff thrown over here. But I don't think it's to do with the railway. I think it's just where he's cut trees down. It's a beautiful culvert there. We'll have a look at the other side. That's immense. So here we've got a nice little bit of where the communication would go. You can just make it out still. And then this bridge here that we're coming up to now has been infilled. So we're going to have to go over the top and join the line the other side. So we've got a road bridge. I'll put the bridge number on here. It's been infilled. So originally there was a bridge here, and that's back towards Dunton Bassett. You can hear the M1 at the side of us. And the little village over this way, I'll put the name of it on there. We see that's all been infilled and gone. A few bricks around and different things, but sadly lost the road bridge. So we've got the other side of the road bridge there. You can see where the Great Central, which is all behind us here, would have gone through here, straight under this. It's more like the crossing basically goes to a small village and a farm, but originally the bridge would have been there. It's all gone. In fact, there's nothing left of it really. That's just a normal road up there. Just a nice slide down the bank there. Nearly took everybody with me. And then we've got the Great Central carries on that way. And for people who love the old stuff, that's an original Walker's Crisp smoky bacon packet. Look at that. When they could wrap them in plastic. The good old days. Everything was plastic. Probably there forever. You see here, see we're now back in a cutting. Which goes all the way down here. So we're just going to carry on going towards Lutterworth. So here's some remnants here of the Great Central, and there a little lonely insulator sat on its own. You can see here some remnants of the old communication channel or drainage. There we've got some brickwork there, probably from the bridge. The motorway's just there. That little survivor there. I dare say there's hundreds of these floating around somewhere, but it's just sat there undisturbed for years. because I don't think many people come on this bit, that's for sure. We go there. The obligatory, what's that? A Rubicon. Some of this will come off the motorway, you see, because the motorway is literally there. So you'll get rubbish from the motorway. And I'll just go through this cutting, which is, again, hasn't seen people for many a year, I dare say. Right, let's carry on going. Right, so going back towards Dunton Bassett that way, finally got to a bit of a clearing. This is what it's been like all the way since we crossed the railway bridge, or the road bridge, sorry. And it's been like this all the way. It's been an absolute nightmare. Finally got to a bit of a clearing. As you can see, we're on a bit of an embankment. Quite a bit of an embankment this side. But the motorway side is not too bad at all. But obviously when they put the motorway in, they dug the ground upwards, so we've got this here. Haven't really found anything else. Loads of ballast underfoot. Still seeing loads of coal, which is crazy. But now got to get through this bit and keep going this way towards Lutterworth. But it doesn't seem too bad this way. We'll just keep plodding along, see what we can see. Just walked on about another half mile. Here, the motorway right at the side of us there. And this is how it's been pretty much all the way. Gets a lot worse in parts, but then nothing really to see. It's just an embankment. It's quite a big embankment this side. Obviously the motorway side isn't as bad, but quite a big embankment here, so I'm hoping to find another occupational access perhaps, or whatever. It'll be a nice little bonus. So I'm going to keep walking, see what's here. So literally just on from where I just filmed, and there's a telegraph pole there, some communication wires, or whatever it was used for, just left there. Look at that. And you can see where it's been snapped off in the trees there. Look at that. What a survivor that is, just left here in the undergrowth. Carry on this way. Right, so walked on a bit further, you can still see we're right next to it. The M1 is so close here. We're just going into a cutting. We've been on level land basically for ages. Just start going into a mild cutting. You see some brick, that's brickwork, isn't it? Yeah, brickwork down there. Probably some drainage or something similar. And then we've got, so that's looking back towards Dunton Bassett. And this way towards Lutterworth. As you can see, just a slight cutting, not very much. Still firmly on track bed here. Been a bit devoid of features since we found that last little couple of little bits. We're just going on, it's been pretty much like this all the way, so we're just going through trees and well, he says getting attached to a tree. Just going through the trees, and you can see basically where the railway would have been here. A real shame. Right, let's keep going. So we just walked along a bit further and look at this. This is from a signal post. These are the steps. Now, I think the signal post was here. We've seen one of these very similar to this at Willoughby water troughs, and which is still intact. You can see all the bits from it here. This is the post, I think. But this is definitely the steps. Dating way back. Look at those. Ow, 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 ow. Found a thorn bush. And then just look at those there. That is immense. So this looks, I'm not sure if that's part of it there. I think it was all here. I don't think they've fallen far away from where they were. Looking round, I can't see anything else. But these are definitely off some signals or communication or whatever it was at the time. I'm sure other people know more than me. But I've got a picture of one of these in place, which I'll put on the screen. But look at that. That is a real survivor. from back in the day. So we've got a bit of old drainage here. That signal post would have been here somewhere. And then we got, as you can see, going through here, but look at that, that's the lid on there is there, so that's a bit of a survivor as well. Just look at this here now. Quite a deep cutting. I didn't realise this was so deep here. Immense. And then we got another insulator, or remains of an insulator. They're everywhere. I've seen so many of those. Mainly so this is where we come from, just that drains down there, the old signal gantry, part of the gantry. And look at this. No one has been down here for years. There's a drain. Near enough still complete. You can still see the holes at the bottom. That's a survivor. And then I'm going to go in there somewhere. And here the motorway so clearly, it's literally at the top of this bank here. And then just keep going through here now. So this is Thorpe Road Bridge, or would have been. It's now gone completely, been infilled. This is what we've been fighting through. Haven't really found much else, but I think this is going to be it for today. We're going to get up the bridge here, see where we are, and then continue from there. And this is where we'll continue next time, as the Greatr Central went under the road here and over the fields towards Lutterworth. Right, so that's our walk for today completed. Here we've got to Thorpe Road, which I'll put on the map, and we're following Greatr Central. This road bridge has been filled in as well, so we have no luck there at all with the road bridges. But what a walk, and that just shows what 50 years of neglect has done to the railways and where they've gone, especially here on the Greatr Central. So in future, I will continue this walk another day, and we'll go along a bit further along the Greatr Central and see what gems I can find as we're closing on Lutterworth and Lutterworth station itself. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.